Hello, my name is Elliott Eastwood. I've recently done a report on John Lewis exploring the internal and external environment, and I've just made a quick presentation where I've pulled out some of the key points. I'm going to go into that now. Just a quick introduction of John Lewis. John Lewis was a business of department stores that started in the UK in the year 1864. The first store was opened up in London. There now are 46 stores spread across England, Wales and Scotland. The operating profit from 2015 to 2016 was 32.4 million, but that is still a decrease from last year by 31.2%. One of the models that I looked at was Pestle. In the year 2000, the interest for a credit card was as high as 6%, but now, post-Brexit, you can get a credit card with an interest of as little as 0.25%. Brexit has also had a massive impact on the worth of the Great British Pound, so this is put overseas trading in a very bad position. Prices for exporting could rise by 5.3%. Also, the consumer always wants to know that the workers are receiving a reasonable wage and that the products and raw materials meet the UK trading laws. And finally, the online shopping is now taking over the world of retail because consumers would like to sit at home in their own leisure and browse through the whole catalogue and get it delivered to the house within a matter of days. One limitation that we got from the Pestle model is it's only a snapshot of the moment in time. Many other factors are quite fast-paced and the results can literally change overnight, if not a matter of hours. Another model is the SWOT model, and down the side we've got strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. It's spelled SWOT. The one strength of John Lewis is that the brand awareness for John Lewis is absolutely impeccable. The weaknesses, it could be that the prices are quite high end, so it does narrow down the target audience. The opportunities is more young professionals living away from home are becoming more image conscious. They want to take their friends around to the flat and show that they've got all the best furniture in the best flat. A threat is the intense competition from corner stores, supermarkets and a host of other convenience stores, as you can go and get a product from one of these other places for a lot cheaper than you would in John Lewis. The limitation of the SWOT model is it doesn't prioritise any of the discussed issues, and it also doesn't provide any resolutions or alternatives. Moving on to the TORS model. John Lewis, it does have a loyalty card scheme, but they are missing out a chance because they do not offer an actual store card scheme. In retrospect to the credit cards price interest going lower, John Lewis could really capitalise on this. Due to the prices being quite high in John Lewis as well, the competition are undercutting them, and maybe they need to rethink the loyalty scheme as well, add more incentive to shopping with John Lewis rather than going to one of the competitors like Selfridges or Debenhams. John Lewis could also be seriously affected because it has a huge range of products, and post-Brexit could mean that all the products go up, all the prices of the products go up, so John Lewis could introduce some form of price promise. And finally, due to the target market being quite open, consumers are always trying to look for organic products, so John Lewis could try and promote their own organic range. A limitation to the TORS model, the market is unpredictable and the information in the table isn't always guaranteed. The results can change in a small period of time, leaving the results from the market invalid very fast. So this is the key findings of the Porter's 5 forces model. With the EU referendum still not being confirmed, it's hard to know what will happen to certain trade links. England's exportation and importation prices might range, and therefore the product's price might also rise. Switching costs from next to nothing, as there are also a range of alternatives. So this is a high risk for John Lewis, as it's not hard to just go somewhere else and get a cheaper product. John Lewis covers a range of items such as food, drink, clothing and homeware. You could go to any other direct stores, such as if you needed food, you go to Asda and get your food a lot cheaper, because that is what they specialise in. There is not any real substitutes for their product services other than if you want to shop direct, like I said, if you want to go to Asda. The threat for new entrants is very minimal, as if you was going to start your own department store, you would need a massive cash injection to get to the level where John Lewis is right now. The only other way a business will be able to better that is if they offered some form of new service or new products. So just a limitation of the Porter's 5 forces is the industries are active and the characteristics of a business constantly changing, and this makes the model outdated and unreliable very fast. So quickly, just 2 conclusions and recommendations that I've pulled from the whole thing. The first one is, obviously, due to Brexit and the prices rising, maybe John Lewis could introduce some form of price promise, so they could match any prices from any other competitors, or just promise that the prices won't go due to Brexit. And another recommendation is that they probably need to look into why, when you search the term department store on Google, they are ranked 12th of it all, and why aren't they any higher, and how can they get higher? Because you get 33% more traffic if you're the number 1 hit on Google, and only 18% if you're the number 2. So if you're the number 12, I can't imagine the traffic would be that much. But thank you very much for listening to my presentation.